You're live now. Today it's Monday, 25th of March 2024. The year's galloping along and something's got to change very soon. This country, New Zealand, has been taken over by rogue pirates on the high sea with the government, the biggest criminal of all, criminal organization with the World Economic Forum, WEF, in Germany, Frankfurt, where the Zionists are operating. The government of UK, Westminster, there with the Crown, hijacked from the sovereign native people of England soil land. Okay, so where are the native soil land owners of New Zealand country here, and the foreigner government, private corporation named Sovereign Crown of New Zealand or Crown Sovereign of New Zealand are stealing our country right in front of your nose from Waitangi Marae or the Waitangi National Trust, iwi, and Cindy Ashton Kiro, the Governor General of New Zealand, acting as if she's pretending to be the Queen Victoria or Queen Elizabeth, monarch from British Crown, Westminster government, and has her own flag pole with her crown on her head strapped to the British Crown Corporation's shipmast of Admiralty that got her on the land in the first place, and the money and the laws of King William III of Orange War Powers Act 1689 that forbids anyone to threaten our contract between New Zealand native chiefs and the British Westminster Parliament that King William III has made the laws of commerce, the laws of corporations, and the laws of the sea, mortgage, lien, bank, trading, flag of business with the Crown legal inheritance that we here, the natives of New Zealand, have a contract running live at the moment, still in contract forevermore till one partner divorces the other. So the British have run away and left us, abandoned ship as in Admiralty terms, and gone overboard and lost at sea, dead at sea, with no communication with us. Their second partner now is the first partner of that contract as a defaulted contract on the British Crown Corporation and the City of London Corporation that's gone out of business now and shut shop and made it into the City of London into hotel industry. That is of our interest as a partner to that contract to sever that contract deal with them and settle them out 970 million trillion pound note debt instrument on their head lien. Okay, so that we are now the head lease of the lease lands right through the world from Westminster, who have no authority now besides us being the partner with King William IV Confederation of Chiefs flag. That's the only corporation flag in the world that's able to supersede any corporation's business. And their dealings now is subject to our laws of Moai Crown King William IV Trust, private and corporate public business. Okay, so that's where we are at today. The government in New Zealand are criminals, fraudsters, and I keep saying that all the time until they are gone and um, ex, extricated, or what's the best word for that, is they are kicked off our native lands back into the Sea of Admiralty, pirates on the high sea, and operating illegally, running a foreign private company called Crown Sovereign of New Zealand with a demon flag of the Governor General herself, Cindy Asselon Kiro, that's strung her flagpole up on the top of the British Admiralty ship mast and wiped our British flag and our Confederation of Chiefs native flag out and put hers up there is a direct threat of war on us, the chiefs, native surname chiefs of Aotea, New Zealand, Dutch founding country. You've got a German that's acting on behalf of Queen Elizabeth II, and you have a Japanese, Cindy Kiro, acting as a Japanese American interest for the EU Parliament and the United Nations and the Congress of America, of Biden administration, and Netanyahu Israel terrorist operation that Cindy Kiro is a terrorist supporter with Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Britain, UK, Europe, and the Vatican and America terrorists against us, the partners to the British Crown, Westminster Parliament, still in a contract, live contract. And Britain has gone into the EU Parliament and abandoned us, abandoned ship, and has turned on us and defaulted our contract with them, the native chiefs of New Zealand. And I have updated where we are today in a statement on Facebook is admissible evidence in any court of law in the world, and it is there disclosed because no one can take anything I've put on Facebook as it is disclosed, and the judges of the courts can't make any money out of it because everyone knows what I'm saying, and that's it. You can't get out of it. People in New Zealand, your names and photos in this Moai Crown King William IV Magistrate Court cannot get out of this contract we have put you into with me and our executive and the native born people of the country against you, the perpetrators and the breakers of law, the High Court rules law of Britain, UK, that we have the right, the legal, legitimate, lawful right to use these acts of King William III, War Powers Act 1689, on your head, and his Pound Note Act of the Bank of England Act 1694 and the Pound Note Act 1694 on your head to debt bill you, forfeit your property, and banish you from our native lands. And that's what's happening in New Zealand. I must say to you publicly, to all you people who have stacked up their names, John Key, and Helen Clark and all those people back, um, Jerry Mataparai and Anne Satinan, Governor Generals, Cindy Cartwright, Sylvia Cartwright, and Jenny Shipley, all of those crooks have had a hand in defrauding the public of New Zealand, taxpayer, for their own selfish needs. And the Prime Minister, Chris Luxton, has got 30 houses, and he's got those through the taxpayers' money, screwing the taxpayer, and all those politicians and all the corporate companies, private and public, are doing the same thing. You are all now billed, debt, forfeited, and bankrupted under the 970 million trillion pound note. And that's a Moai pound note. That's the 2 bar pound note worth 23,182 US dollars per pound weight in gold bullion that you now owe. All of you taxpayers in New Zealand that went across the bridge with Tamaichi, the Australian Aboriginal native from there, and not a native of New Zealand, as such, original indigenous native surname is not Iti. You won't find a Iti anywhere in the natives of New Zealand history. Okay? So, and Cindy Echelon Kiro. You will never find a Kiro in a native indigenous surname chief of New Zealand. Okay? So there you go. You've been robbed, you've been screwed, you've been defrauded, you've been everything this government has done. The Parliament is the rogue in the country of us and the Pacific Islands. A bad example, a bad waste of time, and a bad people that's going out the door. We're going to get rid of you all if the people look at what you're doing to feather your own nest and your own self interest and not the public's interest that put you there to be a servant of the taxpayers of New Zealand is not so. And we are going to end all that with Mr. Heke, the man who wanted to chop down the flag of Britain. The British have betrayed us. They have broken the Queen's contract. Well, there was no contract with the treaty, just not a contract, because it has no end date and it is riddled in fraud and corruption and everything a filthy monarch would do. Steal. That's all they do, steal. And those people who are making money and skating about it, you're going to get a bill on your head for using and abusing King William III's Powers of War Powers Act, 1689. That law is dropping right on your head right now, today, in New Zealand first, and then the rest of the 256 countries, native people after that. Okay, Andy, Divine, you got that in Britain? And all those people there in Britain? I have to look to see who is integrity to take the natives of England ahead after us here, whopping them out with the law. The law versus the law. The law came here for us to learn or just to sneer at, and we learned how to use it effectively, legally, and legitimately on pirates and thugs that are running this country amok for their own selves and not for anybody's interest. So we've caught you all in the fraud, doing the fraud right back to Helen Clark and the foreshore and seabed. We're going on top of all of that with BRICS and their nations, 45 countries, now coming here on my land with those who support me at the East Cape, and too bad, because we have the law on our side. We have the instruments against anyone who has no instruments, no land title, no history, no traditional history to back them up on their 2 feet as their own competent witness with your own surname, and not borrowed, bodged up Maori name of this one and that one and that one and that one. And you don't hook yourself like a kina, hooks to the rock and sucks everything up. No, 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 no. Not going to happen. We're going to clear the land and go back to square one. Native, when you first got here, how did you get here? You got here from the lighthouse, Admiralty on the sea, or you sneaked on the land and just claimed yourself as being here as a squatter. All the people who've got no father is a squatter on any land in New Zealand. I'm saying here at the East Cape, if your surname has no father, you're off the land. That's it. I'm saying that right now. No, no, no. You can't squat no more. If you have no instruments, tell the policeman you've got no instruments, or you've got some that you think you might do against what we have here, tons and truckloads and trailer loads of them. Okay? Names and photos of people are real that are breaking the law every day, making money out of fraud instruments of Queen Victoria, and the Rothschild banks have gone out now. The Rothschild banks are shutting all their banks down. What's the use of having a bank if you shut it down after all these years? Because it was crooked. That's why. It was all a fraud. That's why you're shutting all the banks down, because it was fraud in the first place. So the whole lot is fraud. Everybody who's made money, real estate, you're going to lose the whole bloody lot, because it's fraud instruments. We've got true instruments. The truth prevails. The truth wins out. The lies fail and lose. Everything's a lie in New Zealand politics. Everything's a lie. It's because it started from a lie. It continues to be a lie until it's bowled out of the way and shot to bits with a higher priority law. Okay, so I'm going to read you what I put online this morning on a video here, and I put it on Facebook. Always, Facebook is admissible evidence in any court of law because it's disclosed and it is true. Everything there is true. So I'm going to read this to my executive, Rapataka and Pare Rivers. See, I just need 2 people I trust. Those 2, and now I trust Tracy, my daughter, to come in with us when she's good and ready to sign up with Temu Vaitoru and the position he's got as our security over Aotea, New Zealand and Pacific Islands title. Okay, so that's what we're putting together. So Rapataka and Pare Rivers and Donovan Katuke Vaitoru, we, the Confederation of Chiefs, are still the British partners who have not severed our native Paramount Chiefs commercial contract, King's Bench Magistrate Court. We have not severed our contract. It's still live, okay? It's still live. We're still live. And the British have gone. They have not divorced us. They have run away and trying to make themselves bigger and stolen the gold, stolen the money from the treasury in England and taken it to Frankfurt, Germany, and stolen the sovereignty of England, Wales, Ireland, and Scotland, separate countries, but still a British UK business. We're still keeping the British UK business alive as a live contractor. We are still contracted with the flag of King William IV to cement our contract, and we haven't severed it. We're going to sever it. We're going to settle up 970 million trillion pound note, and that's our settlement against the British Crown defaulted contract. And Chief Heke chopped the British flag post down 4 times, proves that the British Crown agents were an alien invader who couldn't be trusted with forked tongue and bastard crooked language of church bishops carrying a false Bible in one hand and a musket gun law in the other hand. What the Pale Face Pakeha is behaving the same way on our native chiefs' land today is at an end now. We're going to end all of that nonsense, all of that corruption, fraud of the British Crown monarchs, the Queen Victoria, Queen Elizabeth, King Charles, dirty monarchs. Okay, Satan, pedophiles. And it's got worse and worse. And Charlie's no better. And William is not going to steal our William flag and our King William War Powers Act. He's not going. He's going to. Pound note is on his head. William, King William, Prince William, you're listening to this, you and Kate. You've got this pound note on your heads too, because you're complicit in the fraud and the killing of children in Palestine by Israel. Your partners, and America, your partners too. Okay, that's your partners doing that in front of the world and nothing to do with us. You have run off away from us, Charlie and Charlie and William. You're not even a bloodline to nothing. You've got no Admiralty. How you made your money, how you made your wealth, where did you get the money from, who created the money? You can't do it in your family. It's in our king's families, and that's our contract. You can't touch. Okay? You go run away and hide yourself in the Sea of Admiralty. Go back in the sea where you came from. Heke and the present day Chief's government executive, that's us, has the last say to sever the contract and call up the accounts for settlement of the British Crown Westminster Cabinet Executive for default contract, divorce of corporation business, piracy on the high seas of Admiralty mortgage liens, bank foreclosure, debt bill, and bankrupt the New Zealand Crown Corporation, brand new private company called Crown Sovereign of New Zealand, and foreclose, bill debt, bankrupt the British Crown Corporation private company called the City of London, and foreclose, debt bill, bankrupt the private corporation of America called Washington, D.C., and foreclose, bill debt, bankrupt Pope Francis and his Crown Corporation company called Vatican City. Evict off all 256 native countries' lands today, Easter Friday, Moai Crown Remembrance Day on Rapanui, Easter Island, the Easter egg, founded by the Dutchman Abel Tasman and King William III, British Crown Admiralty War Powers Act 1689, Westminster Parliament, Britain, UK, King William III, Dutchman. And the Easter egg, the significance of Friday, Easter Friday is my ancestors' land, Easter Island, and Tipito, birth of the world, and Tipito here on the East Cape, my land here, Wānoa, Tipito, birth of New Zealand, Aotea, New Zealand, Dutch founding country, and not these Kohiris or anybody else, Goldsmiths, all those off the land. They don't belong to Easter Island and the Easter Friday, Easter Saturday, Easter Sunday. And that's significant to my family of Royal Tahitian Wānoa family in Rapanui, Easter Island, where the Easter egg is. And the stupid white man made that story up about making Easter with the Easter egg. Is talking about my family, okay, from Easter Island. And that's something you can't forget. That's down in history. East Island and Moai statue. That's my memorial to the world planet that the Vatican has usurped. The Queen has usurped, stolen the Moai and took it to London. That's our seal with the Moai in the middle. That's the Moai in London. That's my title to my Royal Tahitian Wānoa family in Easter Island, Easter egg, everybody. Get that one sunk in your head for record today. Why I'm making this video live so you know who I am and where I come from. Easter Island and Raiatea Island, Tapu Tapu Aotea Marae, Raiatea Island, and Anakena Marae on Easter Island. That's my marae's and my authority to talk like this. We came to the east to find the sun. We found it here, right on this land block. I've been trespassed by these colonizers, Kohere and his family, and all those white people on there have trespassed me on my own land. Now I'm going to trespass them right off the land altogether. Out, gone. No more. That's it. That's the way the law works both ways. And they can't get out of this contract. You're all in a contract here on the East Cape. All in the contract. All the titles, all everything. The Maryland Court, the Iwi Trust, the Runanga, Ngāti Pro, Iwi. You're all in a contract with me. You're all in a contract with me and our executive and the native born people of this country who've had enough of your bullshit, bloody whakapapa, and everything that you're doing to support Israel's killing innocent children and their mothers and burying them alive and putting real estate on top of it. You are responsible. You are liable. You get the bill today from me again and again and again till it sinks in. Remember, this is Easter, Moai, crown of the world, founding of this planet, and up to Makemake, brown dwarf planet at the end of the universe. That's his title there, and the Ring of Fire in the Pacific. That's what we're doing with Temu Vaitoru. Bring all the Pacific Islands together, Hawaii, Tahiti, and Samoa, Tonga. All the islands come back together with the instruments I have of the Rogan judges and the Cosgrove lawyers in my blood. And that's what I'm doing today. I am talking for our Wānoa, Rogan, and Cosgrove lawmakers, people, lawmakers, okay, of the High Court law of Britain, UK. We're keeping the Britain, UK alive in our contract because it owes us. It owes us 970 million trillion pound notes. That's a Moai Patterson patented pound note, 2 bars, vertical bars on a pound note, and the 1 bar pound note is gone. See, the British white man is changing things all the time. We don't change. We never change. The British Pakehas change. Over here, they change their pants from Queen and Right of New Zealand Company, private, to Crown Sovereign of New Zealand. Yeah, that's white men do that. White men do that, and a Japanese woman to be a Governor General. Kick her ass out. Now, please, kick her out now. Now. Because she is poison. There are poison people, and Tamahiti is poison. He's an Australian abo. He's not one of my family from here and Tahiti. He is not Tahiti. You are Ngāpui. You are Tahiti. The title here in this country that came after the Moriori's. Manukau's. Okay? The Manukau's and the Wānoas. That's who the British picked as natives here, not this Japanese woman or Tamahiti. Iti is not a surname here, born on these lands as original indigenous surname landowner, landlord. If you know law, contract law, you know what I'm talking about. And don't try and get out of this contract because you're locked in it, Tamiti. You're locked in this contract with £1 trillion on your head. Don't care what you've got, you'll lose it. Okay? Kick you back in the sea. Chuck you back to Australia. Chuck Eddie Mitchell and Alfred Mitchell, chuck them back in the sea, Ngāpuhi. Boot the buggers out because they have said Te ra Waikato Wharehere Manukau is a woman. Stupid, bloody brain. White man's Mitchell brain from Australia prison convicts. That's where they come from there. Chuck them out there so they get a good hiding when they get back there. Okay? We don't want them anymore here on these lands. I'm talking native now. I'm talking straight on the land over here that are being trespassed by these white surname people and Kohere. Where's the name Kohere come from? Nowhere. Tracy is registrar of deaths, marriages, and births, deaths, and marriages in the court, the district court in Manukau, and she can't find a Kohere anywhere. Where did it come from, Radera? Where did it come from? You won't tell me, eh? Your brother Ray won't tell me either because it's fucking bullshit. It's all bullshit. That's what I can say on this video, right in front of the people in New Zealand and the world. You've fooled everybody with the whakapapa and screwed it upside down and put Toi Te Huatahi there instead of Toi Kairako. And that's where the problem's gone. Ngāti Pro, you're liable for 970 million trillion pound note on your head and all your business, all your corporations. Damn, you have the rap of the bill against us on this side of the aisle. Okay, you got anything to say? You had enough time to say it to me. There's enough documents out there to sink you right out of business. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to pay that bill for tampering with my whakapapa, the Wanoa whakapapa, the Easter egg whakapapa, the land titles, the history, the traditional history into contemporary history. You did all that, Larawa. You, the professor, and with Sir Hugh Carfaro, or Sir or whatever the bloody hell he is, but he screwed the Manukau's title up too, and the surname, and he blasted it. He bastardized it, the same as you did to my Wanoa name, Larawa. Kohere, you bastardized my name, and you pay for it. You pay for it. You pay for it. You get off the land. That's what I'm saying. You go because you bullshitted me straight in the face. You bullshitted me straight in the face. You can't be nice to me because I've got the other side of me too. The wrecking ball side of thugs and pirates. I'll treat you like a thug and a pirate from that bloody lighthouse above your head. And you put your title with Kohere over that so I can't get to it. No. I'll chuck it away. I'll chuck it off because that's not right. You fooled nobody but yourself. Okay, this video is a strong message to you and every Ngāti Pro here that you are all back to front. You are all corrupted. You all went across the bridge with Tamaiti and Cindy Kiro across the bridge at Waitangi to the Waitangi marae where my ancestors' carvings are in that marae. The mana is in there of the Wanoa family. Okay, you got that? That's why I've been going to Waitangi all these years. I've watched what goes on there, and it's shocking. It's shocking what Ngāpuhi has done on one half of it, and the other half, the good Hapu side and the iwi side, has bastardized and wrecked the whole history of where we come from, Tahiti. The Tahitians will be bloody pissed off with you all. Pissed off with you all for breaking up the Pacific people and going after a little bit of money. 1% of what's stolen. The Maori land got stolen, not the native land. You're not allowed to sell land in native. Okay, so we are not selling land, no mortgages, no liens, no crypto, no gambling on the stock market, none of that. We don't have that in the Moai Crown King William IV Trust. Okay, we've got mortgage liens for pirates. That's it. Mortgage liens on pirates on the high sea. That's what you are, you people in Nazi Pro. You are pirates on the high sea, Pakehas especially, and the Maoris that went and got a free ride with them because they're too brainless, too lazy to learn, and follow the leader, Satan, into the den and gone. You're not taking us with you, you bastards. You're not taking us with you. You go, pack your bags and back off out of it. Just like Africa. Kick the British out, kick the French out, kick the Americans out, and gone. Get off our land and leave the bloody thing alone. We'll run it ourselves. Napui. We're going to run it ourselves. From me, from the East Cape here, and my little crew here, and you up there at Napui with the flag, and I've got the money here, the instruments of Freemason. Okay, I've got the Freemason documents of transfer of land from native to the British Crown, and we are the British Crown now. We've taken the British Crown over because they've run away. They've run away, so we are the only ones left to run the trust. And I'm taking the Queen's place as the head of the trust and change the name of the trust to Moai Crown King William IV Trust. The Moai Crown is Queen Victoria. She commercialised, corporatised the Moai statue and stuck it in the Queen Elizabeth II Great Court in London. And that's my title, my Wanoa title. Okay, you got that? And anybody else can say the same thing, but I don't think so. Because you don't have a timeline of events, no documents to support it, no history of your surname coming from Raotea Island or East Island to put yourself in a tikanga law, Lore, position of truth. No one's telling the truth. It's all lies. You're all lies, Nazi Pro. Lies, lies, lies. What's the waste of time praying for? What are you praying for? What are you having karakia for? For what? You're going to lose and get 1%? That's what you're karakia for? And all your people around the place? Karakia? After your hui? Just for 1% of what's stolen? Well, we don't have 1%. We have 100% return of stolen wealth, stolen land, stolen gold, stolen trees, stolen everything. You pay when you break the law of kings, emperors. All right, I'm there as surrogate King William III and of Orange. War Powers Act on your head, anybody's head in the world. Your head has got the War Powers Act on it under our capacity as the partner to King William III and King William IV, King George IV, King Ernest Augustus I, and there, that's us wrapped up in a contract. Still there. The British Crown is still our contract live. Okay, so that's what I'm saying today. And did I finish off that? No, I didn't. I didn't finish off what I was saying. So there, I'm just finishing it off now. Where's it gone? I'll just finish off this. I better read it again. Rabata Whare Rivers and Donovan Katuke by Toru. We, the Confederation of Chiefs, are still the British partners who have not severed our native Paramount Chiefs commercial contract, King's Bench, Bank, Magistrate Court dealings, meaning we are the official encumbered Moai E-State AI Federal Republic flag of Admiralty Government of Aotea, New Zealand and Pacific Islands. Temu, Vaitoru. That's who we are. That's who we stand now with Ngāpuhi at the head of the what we're doing. And that's the right chiefs, the Heke. Put the Heke name down and the Hito down and also the, who else is it? Just the names. Heko, Heta, Hodaki, Titore, Those are the names that are put down. The Ututonga has been corrupted and stolen by the New Zealand Crown, Little Crown, and our crown is the big British Crown, is our crown over all the crowns in the country and in the world, all paying into the British Big Crown for the use of the High Court and royalties to the Big Crown. We are the British Royal Crown now, pick up all the rent from all the leased lands in the world. In 256 countries, I'm here to speak for those natives that are watching and waiting for us because we will fund all of those countries with the Saudi bank. That's I'm ready to sign now a contract for the funding for this country, 10 trillion pounds worth of business here on the East Cape and around the country and the Pacific Islands. Ring of Fire boundary area, right through the Pacific with the Moai tidal turbine bridge platform project. Okay, so that's a biggie. And Chief Heke chopped the British flagpole down 4 times, proves the British Crown agents were the aliens, invaders, who couldn't be trusted with forked tongue and bastard crooked language of church bishops carrying a false Bible in one hand and a Pirate Musket Gun Law in the other hand. What the Pale Face Pakeha is behaving the same way on our native lands today is now at an end. We want to end all that humbug bullshit. Heke and the present day chiefs, government, executive, that's us, has the last say to sever the contract and call up the accounts for settlement of the British Crown Westminster Cabinet Executive for default contract of divorce of corporate business, piracy on the high seas, of Admiralty, mortgage, liens, bank foreclosure, bill debt, and bankrupt the New Zealand company called Crown Sovereign of New Zealand, and foreclose, bill debt, bankrupt the British Crown corporate private company called the City of London, and foreclose and bill debt, bankrupt the private corporation of America called Washington, D.C., and foreclosed, bill debt, bankrupt Pope Francis and his Crown Corporation company called Vatican City. The three biggest corporations in the world are there to evict them off all 256 native countries' lands today. Easter Friday, next week, Moai Crown Remembrance Day, that's for the Easter egg. Rapanui, East Island, founded by the Dutchman, Abel Tasman, and King William III, British Crown Admiralty War Powers Act, 1689, Westminster Parliament, Britain, UK, King William III of Orange, Battle of the Boyne. So that's him, that we're using his power, his laws, his instruments that we are writing up all our documents, the seals on of the kings, and the seal of Moai, and the seal of King William IV, and his flag, and the Moai statue seal of the water board of the whole world, and in particular the Pacific Islands that we have, and we'll be meeting Temu Vaitoru next week, hopefully on Thursday or Friday. Friday is a Easter Friday, and it'd be significant to have it on the Easter day, Friday being Easter Island and my Wanoa family DNA. That's my DNA to the white man, John Rogan, Judge, Magistrate Court, Helensville. Aotea Bank there was the courthouse in one. And that's where I draw my authority from to speak to you people in the world, because all the 10-acre block there was cut up into smaller blocks of land to make and sell as mortgage lands to get a bank loan in smaller sections, 2,000 square meters, 1,500 square meters, or a little bit bigger from big acre blocks. Okay, so that's my authority from Mohi Te Manukau IV, Paramount Chief, that succeeded me, his title of his Freemasons 50 years, and gave me his mantle to carry on his legacy with his grandfather, John Rogan, Judge of the Magistrate Court, there on 20 Commercial Road, Helensville. That's still there. That land's still there. Still got Moai Manukau's name on it as an owner, and I'm there for him to keep his business going. And it's got nothing to do with anybody else, nothing to do with his family, because it's Freemasons' business, private business. Okay, so there. That's that on Facebook, gone there as my evidence, always is and always will be for the native born people of New Zealand and Pacific Islands. Now, we'll put that all together next week to finalise getting rid of Cindy Kiro and her government off our native lands and boot them back in the sea and strip them of everything they own. And that's going to be the Army General's position to enforce our laws of High Court, Britain, UK, which is our authority to do what we want for the good of our land and the people who are manahiri or visitors on our land. We are the landlord, landowners, the indigenous native surnames. And every other surname is going to be investigated, ripped to bits to see who is the father of the father's father. Okay, if you haven't got a father to the name you're claiming, sorry, you're fucking gone off the land because you're bullshit. It's all bullshit in this government. Every single thing you touch that the Queen Victoria touched is bullshit. The whole lot, the money, the land, the everything, titles, the mortgages, the real estate, the everything that's been made from money, from corrupting the Admiralty's court martial laws and the laws of real estate and mortgage lien bank loans is being corrupted to buggery all over the world. And you all get the bill from us, the native born people on the land. We choose who is native and not just jumping from anywhere. So anybody's got their name in the court with a photo, it's stuck there because the Freemasons have got it. You can't get away with it. You can't walk off and tell me, oh, take it off. Please take it off. No, it stays there because they've got the record. And I know that from experience, past experience up in the Cobras. Okay, I've been through it all and I've got 50 years of research to show how it all fits together like a glove and a jigsaw puzzle. Okay, it's all cleverly mastered, and unless you can see it as a mechanic can pull it to bits, then you would not know. If I didn't tell you, you wouldn't have a clue what the hell is happening right in front of your eyes, and you can't do nothing about it because it's not your contract. And anybody trying and playing around with the flag as a whakaputanga flag and using it, you'll get a bill on your head because it's not for you. It was not given to little monkeys playing around with the flag for some other reason other than what the king said, a confederation of chiefs. That's in the language of corporations. Okay, if you can't talk corporations or don't have a corporation company yourself, you can't play their game. That's as simple as I can make it. You can't play their game. And you are out of the game unless you've got the instruments to go right back to where it all started from, follow the ship backwards, whence it came, Westminster, and that's how we do it. You've got to go all the way through, right back to 1689, King William III. That's when the commerce started. That's when the law was made to make money out of mortgage liens and bank loans and to put it into corporations in other countries, trade between countries, and BRICS, that's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and Africa, have now gone from 5 countries to 45 countries. They still use that law to make money, but in a better way. So we're going to join them and use their laws with our British law as our own up the top, because they're using our British law too. And if they break our British law, they're in trouble. But I don't think they're stupid like Biden. I don't know why Americans vote for him and still stupid in the head. All Americans I can think of are all fucking stupid. And Israel is the same. Stupid heads. They are psychiatric bloody people that have mental homes for those sort of people. The Pakeha made mental homes for their own people because they'll go porangi, mad, when they find they'll lose something they stole. You steal something, you lose it. That's when they go mental. When they start losing all that money, wealth, all that mortgages, one person having 100,000 houses and cars and all that, you're going to lose them if you can't bring a title to your country up in front of our titles. The king's titles, not the king in Saudi, because that's a different king. He uses the same law of Westminster to make his wealth, because there's no other law that can do it. Okay? We are the partners to Westminster Parliament and all those laws. We're still here. Where are you, Westminster, with us here? And Ngāpuhi can't talk. Nobody can talk, because they're not DNA. They're not directly royal blood connection. Okay, that's it. They don't add up all the crosses. And you're not a Freemason. You can't do it. You can stick to tikanga law, but that's not money. I'm talking money. The money makes it go round. Trade between one and the other instead of bartering with food for this and that and produce. You want to make money that way, you can go and do it that way. But trading in money, stocks and bonds and things like that, that's a Pakeha idea, but we're going to still run with it. We have the right to use what they're using better than they can. Okay, we've got AI now to sort out all the problems and to fix any problems that come in our way and tamper with our contract. The government here has tampered with our contract. Ngāpuhi, can you remember that, what I'm saying? The government in New Zealand and iwi Maori trustees and every other organisation, churches of state, church and state, have corrupted our legal system of King's Court of Record, the law that makes the money. Okay, the law that makes the money, the law of the land, the law of the sea, and the law of the dry land flag, the Confederation of Chiefs 1834 flag. It's a contract flag. When the king said, pick a flag in 1834, that's when the contract was, when he uttered the words, pick a flag. That's a verbal contract, not 1835. There's no contract in 1835. That stupid fucking dumb government here and the iwi Maoris are saying 1835. Let's go back there. After they saying all these years, you can't go back beyond 1840, hypocritical bastards have gone back to try and hook themselves to the flag of our King William IV. And he would say, you stupid bastards, I didn't give it to you, bloody monkeys. Okay, I didn't give it to you, monkeys. I gave it to chiefs, native chiefs with the right surname. I know which surnames are, Wanoa and Manukau. That's it. Don't have to look anywhere else. There's 2 names, that's it. Not 500 chiefs, not fucking this many chiefs. That's not a contract. You don't have a contract with many CEOs. You only have one CEO, one director, and in this case, the government's business is run by one director. Okay? Cindy Kiro, a fucking bloody Governor General, has conflict of interest with herself in a government going right above you people out here as dumb as buggery, don't know that they are not allowed to do that in government as servants. They're not supposed to be running their business in there and using and abusing their position to make money off you taxpayers out there have no bloody say because you don't open your mouth and say something in retaliation to them because I'm here for you, to talk for you right above everybody else who's trying to say something and think they've got the answer or the solution, have nothing to match the documents I've got of the Freemasons. Okay? All the documents I have are Freemasons. Okay? I didn't create them, most of them. I just put my words in amongst it. Okay? And then that's acceptable in the corporate system that you play the game, otherwise you can't play. All right? So that's all for now. I'm just going to go and get my car ready soon, have some lunch, and then get it ready to go to Hamilton, to the hospital. I've got to go on Wednesday morning. They're supposed to cut me up and find out what's wrong with my heart valves. Well, they're going pretty good. Nothing wrong with them. And I just want them to look at the machine to make sure it's clear, nothing's happening, and nothing's going to happen to cut me up to put some new valves in for nothing. Just the same as what they did in the court here. Locked me up in prison, put me in a mental home for nothing. Just fucking Pakeha. White man. The white men are fucking no good. They're no good. They got their plans to rake anything out of you, off the land, anything. It's going to fucking end soon and go the right way. Right? Not one man band, but everybody. The cooperative way to go and not corporations. Corporations is a one man band that steals everything and makes one person rich and one person poor. No more. Out the door. Gone. Napoli. No more of that. It don't work like that in a native court. And the Islam banking system is community driven ownership. That's everybody owns it. That's what I'm here for. Everybody in this country. And take out all those thugs and pirates on the other side I'm talking about and build the hell out of them and boot them. Just write who you're complaining about, put it in the court, and then we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it, and they lose. Tough. That's the way the law goes both ways. It goes their way or the highway. Okay, that's it. That's what I'm saying. Get tough, Napui, Hapu, and anybody else who's fucking clever enough to figure this one out. You didn't go to a mechanic school, that's why you don't know half of what's fucking missing in this fucking country. The law of commerce and whose land it is. It don't belong to the squatters. It don't belong to the colonizers. It belongs to us, the natives. This is our land, not anybody else who comes here and pounces around with a private company and take us out. No, they're gone. Now, if they go. If we say they go, off they go. Out. That's it. Hit them right here. Hit them right here with the law. The law is here. I've got the law. My family's the law, made the law, and uphold the law of these lands. Okay? That's it. That's it. Anyway, that's enough. So, what else was it? No, I'll just go to Hamilton tomorrow with Rapata and Pare. Pick her up in Whakatane tomorrow. And they've given us a motel to stay in Hamilton right till the weekend, Saturday. That was good from Tuesday to Saturday. So we'll make use of that and set up our stuff there with Timu Vaitoru in Otara. And we'll meet him either Thursday or Friday. On Thursday will be better, or Friday. Friday will be significant on Easter Friday. just a good time to meet. We don't have to meet very long because we know what we need. We just need his signature to amass the whole Pacific, to bring them in line with what we're claiming as the British Crown is our business ownership. Okay, the British Crown legal inheritance, all the wealth, the gold, everything derived from all native countries in the world fraudulently through Queen Victoria Crown, Queen Elizabeth II Crown, now Charlie Crown, is fraudulent and corrupted to buggery with Israel and America, the worst terrorists you can see in their eyes now, committing the crime of the century right in front of the world, that have pissed off with them and want them out, want them gone. Good riddance to Israel and the promised land. They fight like buggery and shoot anything up to get it. That's not promised land. That's no God at all. Our Atua, or God in English language is Atua, is not a killer, murderer like Biden and Netanyahu in Israel. They just fire indiscriminately at anybody to try and get an Hamas thug, and they take everybody out just to get one Hamas, and many thousands of civilians are dead because they are lying all the time. Their opposite to truth is lies. They are showing the world how to lie and can't get away with it no longer because the world and BRICS has had enough lies, and it's ruining people's lives and ruining countries' trading. And Israel, it needs to be wiped off the face of this earth, all for good. Okay? And given back the land to the Palestinians. That was their land in 1948, and it all went commercial after that and corporatized by these thugs and pirates in Britain, UK. They are responsible. The British are responsible. We're holding the British, our partners, liable for everything that every other country followed their example and their role model of stealing and duping everybody in the world. And all that land, all those castles in England and Wales and Ireland and Scotland, they'll seize those lots too, because give it back to the native people of the land and boot those bastards out of there, out of Westminster. Shut the thing down. Shut it down and go AI. You don't need those wogs anymore. You don't need these wogs here in Parliament anymore. You don't need the wogs in America anymore to run parliaments. Parliaments are corrupted to the hilt. They are no bloody good to us living people, and spoiling our lives and our trade, our air, our everything's poison. Our water, our food, our kids, our skies, our internet, our frequencies, our everything is poison. And we're going to catch the people doing the poison here in New Zealand and lock them up. We're going to catch them with our military, army, and lock them up because we're going to get funded to set ourselves up on our own government. Moai, E-State, AI, Federal Republic Government of Aotea, New Zealand. Dutch founded country, and Easter weekend, this weekend, is a mark of respect to Easter Island and the British that went there and wrecked the place. After the Dutch didn't touch the Moai statues, the Queen Victoria went there and stole one of my Moais and 1688, 1689, and stole it and took it and hid it in England on English soil land for 100 years, then brought them out and put them in the museum and made money out of everybody else's memorials she stole. They're going to have to give them all back to the native people on their own country, and they will boot the British out for good. No more British, no more little Britain. We go to big Africa, big Russia, and big countries that can skunk the Little Britain and its pedophile brain and psychiatric brain and mental health brain, mental hospital brain, and crooked fucking language, square printing language that means everything but English language. The English language is the worst language in the world to dupe you of your money. And those people like Kiyosaki that are bragging about making money tax-free is going to get caught. He's going to get caught because I've got a lien on his head. Okay, I've got a lien on all his property, all his money, and all that because he helped to corrupt the corporate crown laws, the Queen's crown corporate law, that he's sucked all the money out of it, like Edie Mitchell from Tainui in Hamilton, sucked all the money out of the Maori Land Court, was there for their Pakeha. These Pakeha people and this bloody Japanese Kiyosaki did the same thing. There's plenty of those people around sucking the money out of taxpayer and getting away with paying tax. 30% tax in BRICS, and Brazil, Russia, India, China, Africa, they are paying 30% tax. So we're expected to pay 30% tax in the system, whereas we only need to not have tax here under our new government. Okay, I've set the government long ago, but it's now time to get real with it and start pushing the law and wipe people off the land that is not conducive to the title to the land and their position to manage it properly for the people's sake, not for their own sake. Nobody is going to be like those bastards in Parliament for their own selves. Okay? Their own self-interest is no longer acceptable. So there, that's what I'm saying. So anyway, I'm going to go and have some more breakfast and we better get going. It's a nice day today. Look, see the sea? See that? Beautiful. I went for a skinny dip this morning in the sea. It's nice and warm. It looks cold, but the sea was nice and cold, warm, and good. I'm always going to have my wash down there and and feel good after that. And I'm feeling good now. I'm ready to go in the hospital to check to find nothing wrong with me, because there's nothing wrong with my heart. It's only they're trying to kill me. Okay? That's what I'm saying. They want to kill me. They've been trying to do that for a long time. After the last time they put me in the mental home and trying to bloody drug the hell out of me, it didn't work. My brother went there and pulled me out of there and said, don't do that again. And here I am still doing it. And he's saying, carry on. You're doing all right. Just keep going. And that's my brother, Willie, saying to me, keep going. And I will, because I'm here for the Wānoas. I met Didam yesterday. He came, stopped over here and introduced himself. He's with Tohe Wānoa, my cousin, up the road. So you got Didam there and Tohe with me on support and with Rapataka from Rangitukia over the hill. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of us now right behind kicking these bloody Kohedas off our land. That's what he said. Didam said to me, kick the bastards off the land if they can't bloody own up who they are. See? So the colonizers go out. And the policeman went flying past here yesterday, and he went flying past again. So nothing with me. Somebody else is in trouble out the cat. See? I'm only picking that it's someone that might be complaining about what's going to happen to them. Well, tough. That's the law. I'm just putting the law down to everybody here and in the country and with Ngāpui. Okay, I'm with Ngāpui Hapu and the ones I know. I've lived with them all these years, many years going backwards and forwards to Waitangi, Titi Marae, and who I met all the way through. I know who's who there, and I know what's going to happen. And Tracy, being with Kingy, knows everything back to front there, who's in the right and who's in the wrong, and she will sort it out because she's the CEO boss of this company, and I'm taking a back seat because I'm going to go straight onto the tidal turbines and get that whipped up and going in the sea. That's going to go and clobber the the fossil fuels. The hydrogen will be the kingmaker of the whole world. If we get this one up and running, it's going to take over the whole industry of hydrogen powered vehicles and especially passenger planes and heavy lift equipment and machinery as well. So, there, it's going to be the hydrogen economy. That's where I want to make my focus and not on the law, not on the things I'm doing. I did this to clear the way for the hydrogen economy. And thank goodness no one's caught up to that yet. They're getting close, but not close enough. So there, goodbye, Elon Musk and his little projects. Okay, you've got hydrogen-powered trucks, buses, and that's okay. Those are all going, but nowhere to bulk fill them. You see, it costs too much to make fuel cells to change hydrogen into electricity to drive the vehicles. So I've got hydrogen powered engines. It's the best deal that Toyota Japan have got hydrogen powered naturally aspirated engines to burn straight hydrogen liquid fuel. Okay, so that's what I'm doing as an alternative fuels mechanic garage operator. That's what I used to do. Install CNG and LPG alternative fuels for petrol vehicles. And now I'll go straight into hydrogen to do the same thing with diesel engines and petrol engines and aircraft engines as well. That's my trade, and I'm going back to it. The sooner the better, so I can leave all this for somebody else to do. And it's easy for me to keep an eye on everything I'm doing with the law, and the law people will take over after me. And with Temu Vaitoru, Cook Islander, he will look after the Pacific Islands governments and their military operations, and also with our security to move around the world from one country to the other. I'm expecting to go into other countries and set up the hydrogen tidal turbine bridge platforms that's 4 kilometres long, 60 metres wide, and 4 stories high, buildings for tourism and um, meat, plant, fish processing, but chilled, not frozen, chilled, because we'll have excess hydrogen to run everything and to keep it chilled and fly it straight out on British or Russian Antonov planes, and the big jumbos, the ones that are parked up, will fire them up on hydrogen and change their engines into hydrogen engines and use them to transport fuel around the world or produce around the world, like the freighters to go and take fresh chilled tuna from the Ranfurly Bank. We're going to put a big project there to catch them live. They're not done before. They're not done before because tuna have no gills. They'll go dead if they stop moving in the water, and they've got to keep moving to get the oxygen out of the water into their body. And so we're making the aquafarm to fit them in there and make them stay alive and process them on the spot and sell them live from the aquafarm straight to Japan or America or anywhere else that wants to buy fresh live fish, tuna, and kingfish straight from our farm live. You see them live under the water, and then we can process them here with the Japanese people. Experts come here, live with us on the high-rise buildings here at the East Cape, and one for each country. 45 high-rise buildings that are 220 stories each, and that's to accommodate all the Japanese visitors here in that building, and Russians in another, and Indians in another, and Africans in another, and so forth, so that they can come straight here, and the governments will pay us rent for the whole building of everybody in it or not in it. They pay the rent fixed. Everything's fixed. The pound note is fixed. It doesn't go up and down like a yo-yo on the stock market. Our pound note is fixed at 23,182 US dollars a pound weight in gold bullion. Okay, so that's that. But when we get to the water money currency of the hydrogen, it's going to be higher than that again. Okay, it'll just blast everybody out of the sky and the water. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to go now. I think I said enough. Let's get excited. We're getting off and ready to go. So when Raptor comes, we can just go. I'll get our car ready. And I had to start it up yesterday because it went flat. The battery went flat, standing in the paddock in the camping ground. But now, today, I'll go and stack it up, put everything I want in there, and take just the minimum amount of stuff, and then go and pick Pare up in Whakatane and go straight to Hamilton, the motel. Stay there for now. I'm telling you all these things because that's my daily life of where I am and talking and keep fit and well and healthy, because you don't want me to be sick running a business like this until my daughter takes over from me. Then it's me all the way till now, all these years, and then I can have a back seat and I'll show you better things that I can do than playing around with politics and useless bloody politicians that are brain dead and waste of space. Okay? They're just playing around and making things up as they go and full of bullshit. All of them are full of bullshit. And that's their legacy. They are showing you how well they run their legacy of crooked politics and fraud dealings. They can't prove they have a title to the land for a start, and the Saudi bank will check up and find they don't have nothing, absolutely nothing to go on. The government here and the Governor General has no background to ownership of this land. They are there screwing the people on the land because no one owns it but the original native surnames, chiefs. Okay, so I've picked on those chiefs up north that I want to ring. I've already got one or two Heke with me now, and I just need a Heke surname, because Hune Heke cut the flag down for a reason. It's just like how it is today. Bloody bastards crooked us. You see, they came here to steal the land, steal the resources, and steal our birth certificates, steal our children, steal. That's England. Britain, UK has done that through Australia. The pirates, they sent the pirates from Australia here, Mitchell family, pirates, Thompson family, pirates. I miss pirates, I can name them all, that came from Australia here and duped our land, put their name on it, as squatters. The squatters going to go off the land if we say so, if they can't prove where they got their title from and how did they get it and how did they get their money. I need that. I need that as a native magistrate court investigator of land titles, native land titles. Where the bloody hell did you get it from? Who the bloody hell are you? Who are you fooling? And who are you following? Who do you swear your allegiance to? Shindikiro, the Japanese, or Tamaiti, the Maori? Supposedly Maori, native here, that's indigenous. And if he's got a twang in his voice from Australia, then boot his fucking little ass back there. Get him out. Get him out. Ngāpui, don't make him your chief, because at the moment he is your chief. Like hell, he's not my chief. Like flippin' hell. He can go to hell because he's only a play actor, acting under the instructions of his puppet masters, Klaus Schwab from Germany, the Nazi, just like Kate Floss, Nazi, German. She said she owns the South Island. Where's she now? And her married parents, they're fucking fizzled and thin air, gone. You don't see them anymore because they talk too much, too loud, and can't back it up. Nothing to back it up. Easter weekend this weekend belongs to me and my family, the Wainos from Easter Island and Aotea Island. Rapanui and Aotea to Mokonui here on the East Cape on the hill. Okay, that's me and myself and my story. And we've seen your story. It looks bad, looks too ragged and worn and useless and corrupted. Let's have some honesty in our lives, and our children can follow better role models. And I don't like drugs, and all these Pakeha put them there. The Pakeha switched everybody around in the world, put this ones over there where they don't live, and swap them around. That's America. The fucking brain is fucking porangi, stupid, mad to switch somebody from off their land onto somebody else's land and then stole the land. Now, we're going to get it back, steal it back off them legally, and boot the fucking Americans out, boot the British out, boot the French out, and boot the fucking iwi out, off the land, off the land. Tumu Tumu Paro, you have got this message on your books, and I put this to you. Get off the land. It is not your land because you have no title. You've only got your iwi and Rarawa Kohere. Who the bloody hell is he? Tell me that, Tumu Tumu Paro. Tell me why you've taken over my land block, Marangaro C12. Why have you got it? Because you know what? The fucking Maoris can't run it properly. They've duped it. They've stolen the money. Right? Victor Goldsmith stole the money. He stole the money. The white bloody surname, Goldsmith. Right? All those names on him. Pornanga is a pode. It's not real. The core here is not real. It's made up in their fucking bloody heads. On the move, on the mop. Well, they can go out the door. All those names on there, the James from New Plymouth, all those names on my land block, they went straight past me to the gate, shut the gate, and left me on the road. Well, it's my turn now. Easter weekend, that's my weekend to clamp down on all law breakers. Off the land if you can't refute what I'm saying on this video, that I'm telling you, Tumu Tumu Paro and the government, you are a criminal organization of murderers assisting and complicit with Israel, Netanyahu, killing children, babies, and their mothers and burying them alive, you fucking bastards. That's all I can say. You bastards that did that to those innocent, poor Palestinians on their own land. It was theirs in 1948 when you robbed this Admiralty law to make other countries yours and abused it. That's how you got it through colonization and King William III of Orange's War Powers Act to seize countries if they break your law and tamper with your contract. I'm saying you are tampering with my contract. Tumu Tumu Paro and you iwi Ngāti Pro, you are tampering with my whakapapa, my Wānoa Easter Island, Easter egg stories are there as proof that I do come from there to here before your white ass got here on the land. So pack your things and go. Get the hell off, the same as Africa. Get the hell off our land and go back where you came from. Okay? That's it. No more. I'm going now. I'm going to have some air pies and air kinners for breakfast. Okay? See you later. Enjoy your day. I'm really, really am feeling well at the moment. See ya. Today is Monday, 25th of March 2024, and we're just going to have a nice cruisy day and enjoy the sun and the sea and nice warm weather. I went for a skinny dip this morning and it was beautiful warm water. Looks cold, but when you hop in, it's nice and warm. Okay, see ya.